joining us now is Karen Kennedy, Director of Student Centers, Activities and Events here at Notre Dame. Karen, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, it's so good to have you. And Karen, how do you keep students entertained and safe during a pandemic?
Right, so that's been the challenge of the last year for us here at Notre Dame. But I would say that we focused on two things to actually give our students things to do during this last year. The first is we have over 500 student clubs and organizations. You just saw one perform. And we focused on empowering those clubs and organizations so that they would be able to have in-person meetings, in-person events, all kinds of opportunities for students to do on campus. But knowing that there was a lot of challenges in their programming, we supplemented that with a lot of other activities for students to do. We focused a lot on outside because outside was safer than inside during this whole time. And we just did a lot more programming than we would normally do. So in a normal year, we might do 60 nights of program, and we did more than 5 times that. More than 5 times that in terms of number of programs this year to give our students things to do outside.
No, that's wonderful. It sounds like you were faced with a lot of challenges this semester. So which events were your most successful, would you say?
Sure. So I would say that in terms of spaces, we supplemented our student center space, with the lawns and the lodges. So you might have seen library lawn and south lawn, as well as north and south lodges. So those spaces were really, really helpful for us. And we did programming during those all winter and all summer long. I would say that the other things that were most popular for us were we partnered up with our friends in campus dining and university events and enterprises, and we put together these festivals. So monthly festivals where we paired a themed dinner with themed programming that would come after dinner. That gave our students an opportunity to let loose and have fun. So we did Harvest Fest in October. We did a Halloween spooktacular. We did Winterfest and a number of others, just giving our students things to do that would bring them some fun. So those would be the big. And then I would say in terms of specifics, the two big winners were food trucks and live music. Lots of food trucks and lots of live music this year.
Yeah, music and food always wins. All right, so one of the activities that you helped oversee was the Notre Dame Day Music Festival, which garnered 37,000 live views, our most successful live audience other than Notre Dame Day. So tell us about the festival.
Yeah, so at the start of the fall festival, we see some pictures here. At the start of the fall semester, we had our a cappella groups had been rehearsing so hard, and they didn't have that many places to perform. So typically in the end of a fall semester, the a cappella groups get together and host an Fest. And these groups, as well as others, just were having trouble finding places to perform. And so we partnered up with Jim Small and his team and looked at the stadium, which is our largest and really best outdoor space, and provided an opportunity for, I think we had 12 different groups, from the symphony orchestra to the choirs to a cappella groups to the Notre Dame drumline. And they performed in person for about 600 students on top of the over 500 students who participated. And then, as you saw, the very successful live broadcast. So it was a great opportunity for students to share doing what they loved with a performance opportunity, and also for parents and loved ones and the Notre Dame family around the world to see what wonderful talent our students have when they normally can't, see that in a normal year.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And will you be repeating the event then in the fall?
We have plans to, yeah. So we are hoping to do something very similar this fall semester. We've talked with development, we've talked with the student groups, and we think that this could become an annual tradition and a way to bring the Notre Dame family right back on campus, even when they can't be here.
And speaking of music, Karen, I know you mentioned this earlier. Can you tell us just a little bit more about AcaFest, what that is all about?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned, this is typically is something that our a cappella groups host in the end of every fall semester. It typically takes place in Washington Hall, and all of the on-campus a cappella groups are invited to participate and to perform some songs. And at the end, they usually have one song that combines all of the a cappella groups. And of course, we weren't able to do inside singing this year because of COVID. And so We wanted to reward these a cappella groups who have been working on their craft so hard all year long, sometimes rehearsing outside when they weren't able to rehearse inside. And so we are again partnering with Jim and his team and planning on providing an opportunity for the AcaFest to happen in Notre Dame Stadium. So it's going to be on Thursday, May 6th. As of now, I think we have 8 a cappella groups that are looking to perform, and we will again have a live in-person option for students with some food trucks and other things to keep them entertained, and then looking to share it again with Notre Dame family. So tune in Thursday, May 6th to A Cappella Fest.
All right, mark the calendar. It sounds like a wonderful opportunity, and thank you so much for joining us here on Notre Dame Day, Karen.
Thanks so much.